4 days ago, I posted a bullish thesis on a project called Chain Opera AI. After getting off of a Twitter space with CZ and Binance and other projects, one of the things that really stood out to me was the fact that CZ said a huge focus for Binance Smart Chain and the Binance ecosystem is AI. So at that point, I really wanted to focus on what is potentially the top AI project on Binance Smart Chain. And I came to the conclusion that project was Chain Opera AI, ticker symbol COAI. And that's why I created a bullish thesis on why I thought there was a lot of potential behind it. Since then, COAI has done over a 6x in the course of 4 days. Now, the purpose of today's video is not to gloat about the return aspect, but to talk about why it has done so well and really talk about the project as a whole to get a better understanding of what is Chain Opera AI and how you can be rewarded from participating in its ecosystem, because there's a lot of really unique features that seemingly most people don't know about. We're going to dive into that in today's video, talk about everything that you should know about the project, and look at what opportunities exist. That said, if you enjoy content like that, consider subscribing. You enjoyed this video, smash up the like. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first of all, I want to go ahead and issue a very serious disclosure when it comes to the price action in COAI. The price action in COAI is unprecedented. And I mean that in the sense that the token has gone from $5 when I talked about it 4 days ago to peaking at $41 earlier today. It has seen an insane drive up in the price action. That said, it also has seen a dramatic price down. I think a lot of this is probably due to maybe low liquidity, high leverage, and a lot of people getting short squeezed. Moves like this typically happen in short squeezes, which is why we've seen this dramatic rise. You also have a fully diluted valuation of $17 billion, a $3 billion market cap. This is going to be very, very, very volatile for a little while. We're talking about several days. Just be mindful of that. Be careful of that. And there are some exchanges that you can trade it on. You can see on XT, Bitmart, BingX, some of the top tier ones to likes of BitGet. So I just want to create that disclosure. First of all, it is on Bitonix and a few others out there as well. So just be mindful of that. I don't want you, this is like trying to buy during times when Bitcoin was going from 120K to 101,000. You don't know where the bottom is. You don't know where to get in. So that said, just be very careful. But this was a huge win. And the thing is, if you had gotten in when I talked about it, this was on October 8th, 4 days ago, because I was in a space with CZ and Trust Wallet. They're hosting a space talking about the current state of the market. And I posted this because I was very, very bullish and I wanted to go and research projects. Funny enough, AstraDex, which I have an issue with right now, but that's not for today's video. AstraDex actually listed the likes of Chain Opera AI, COAI, which is one of the reasons I bought into it, because what you're going to see with AstraDex as a Binance DEX is a lot of Binance friendly or Binance Smart Chain friendly projects are going to get listed on that DEX, oftentimes before they get listed on Binance itself. So that's why the early exposure existed on the likes of AstraDex, why I got excited about it, and I thought there was a lot of potential, especially with that listing. So I said in this post after the Twitter space, I said CZ mentioned he would like to see better AI projects building and expanding on Binance Smart Chain. And this is why COAI is pumping hard. Not only is it a great quality project, it fits the mold of what is needed most right now on BSC, bullish for BSC, CZ, and AI. The other thing to realize is even with this recent crash, Binance BNB has recovered the best, almost back to where it was before the crash. If you look at the recent announcement by Yeezy Labs to commit $1 billion to AI projects looking to build on Binance Smart Chain, there's a lot of focus on AI being a huge next step for the likes of BSC. And that is where Chain Opera steps in. And that was why I talked about the project and why I think there is a lot of potential with it. That said, there are some things that we're going to dive into, some of the opportunities that exist. Because one of the things that I love about AI is you can create AI to do essentially anything for you. And I experimented with this a few days ago. I've actually been experimenting with this for a while, where for those familiar with the Cato platform, you can essentially earn for creating quality content. you can earn airdrops from projects. You can earn actual cash from projects that pay you in stables. If you're one of the top creators, create great content. Well, the problem is creating that type of content takes oftentimes a lot of time. So if you can automate it, that saves you a lot of time and energy while you're also earning for those different projects, whether it is Maverick or Arbitrum recently announced a grant where you can earn for being a contributor to Arbitrum, posting content about Arbitrum. So what I wanted to do is create an AI that does this on my behalf, a bot. So I did this, right? So I created a bot that posts content about projects on Cato Earn without me having to do anything. Obviously, it's still in its infancy, but that is the beauty behind AI. It is capable of doing a lot of things. And so as we talk about Chain Opera AI, a lot of this is also going to be very, very similar. Now, here's the thing that I found really astonishing and compares it to likes of Aster. A lot of people who got the Aster airdrop sold very early and didn't think of the long-term potential of Aster as a top tier DEX on Binance. And Chain Opera also had an airdrop. Now, mind you, there are going to be future airdrops. We're going to talk about that later in the video. That you could get 250 COAI tokens as an airdrop if you're holding at least 200 alpha points. I absolutely missed this. I was late to COAI. The token has already gone up from where it was at the entry of $5, but even at $5, it's done over an 8x in 4 days. But if you think about this, 250 COAI at a value of $40, that is $10,000 by participating in its testnet. Very impressive, crazy return opportunity. And mind you, this to get 200 alpha points does not take a whole lot. So obviously a lot of people very much rewarded for this, but there's future airdrops coming. So I do want you to be mindful of that. So Chain Opera AI, what is it? What does it do? It is an AI agent network. There's a lot of things about Chain Opera AI that is a combination of many things I would say put together, right? There's different features to what it does that remind me of a platform maybe similar to likes of Shopify, right? You don't have to necessarily know the coding aspect to build out a website to sell a product, but you can, with Shopify, create a website and sell your product. Very, very simple, drag and drop, very, very simple to use. So those type of mechanisms made Shopify extremely successful, one of the most profitable companies. And when you take a look at what Chain Opera is doing, is it's taking a feature of that Shopify when it comes to building out its AI agent. It's also bringing into a social aspect of WeChat. WeChat is probably the most popular social app. It is highly used in China. When it comes to the social aspect, it's pulling some of that social success into what it's doing with AI agents and the way that you're able to communicate and talk about the different opportunities that exist with AI and agents, and as the AI agents and users within its chat system are able to communicate. So there's a lot of different aspects about this that make it really a top tier potential AI project, and it's all on Binance Smart Chain. So I think the best post out here, and I'll leave a link to this down below because I think it is going to be very, very helpful, is by Block. The Block did a fantastic post on this, and I don't think it gets enough credit. But let's talk about a lot of the features about this. I'm not going to read the whole post, but the post is really, really good. But this gives you a better understanding of what I mean as far as the features behind Shopify, the features behind WeChat. So making AI agent creation easy for everyone. There's a lot of AI agent platforms out there that are kind of really difficult to navigate. It is something I've not explored personally because I wouldn't say I don't code for a living, right? This is more of a hobby for me. So when you're having the ability to create AI agents, even me creating my own Python script to run Cato Earn protocols was a little bit difficult, but I got through it, and I think the success, the potential of it is going to be very successful. But this essentially being a drag and drop platform is super, super unique, and the customization behind it is very, very impressive. We're going to look at that in just a second, but that's one of the features, right? You also have your AI, your business. So the AI agent that you create, you can technically earn rewards from and earn revenue from. That is something I think that is very, very interesting that kind of ties into, you creating something that other people use, and you're able to earn for it. I think that's something really, really interesting from an AI agent perspective, especially if you do a really good job and a lot of people use it. then it's going to rank a lot higher. And that level of ownership has a very, very strong appeal to it. That's what it kind of talks about here. But that also has the social aspect. So creators can distribute it across social channels, websites, or directly to friends. Each time someone uses an agent, the developer earns points, repeat usage generating even more, viral loop that drives visibility and engagement. And then the other thing is the social aspect, right? So the world's first AI agent social network, the multi-agent collaboration in WhatsApp-like social app, maybe not WeChat, but more like WhatsApp, which WhatsApp is obviously, if you look at the metrics, one of the top apps in the world from a social aspect. So this is, I think, very, very interesting. Build a community. These agents collaborate in chats to brainstorm ideas, debate, automate crypto trading, streamflow workflows, boost productivity. So very, very impressive features of what they're able to do. And essentially is a big collaborative AI economy for all, which if you think about one of the richest people in the world, CZ from Binance, is exactly what he is looking for to add to the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. So let's take a look at some of these features on the likes of Chain Opera. Now you have the Chain Opera AI terminal, kind of similar to what you would see with like ChatGPT. If you're looking at, can you look up the price of Bitcoin exactly a year ago today, right? So you can have the AI agent do exactly, different details, estimate based on technical trends, but on October 10th, 2024 was around $36,000, right? So this is something that allows you to do a lot of very, very similar features. And you can also ask it, trading questions. There's a lot of really, really unique aspects behind what the AI agent terminal is able to do. So mind you, there's a lot of different features that you can do with this. You can kind of explore. It's going to look very similar to like maybe what you see with Grok or other AI terminal platforms. Now, you also have the AI agent developer platform. This I think is super, super cool, especially if you get geeked out on stuff like this. But there's a lot of different features and you earn points to this. Publishing your agent. There's a lot of, like I said, everything I want to talk about in regards to Chain Opera AI is not going to fit into a whole video. But let's just go through something very, very simple that maybe you could use, maybe not for crypto specifically, but just in your general day-to-day work, right? So for example, I personally struggle creating Twitter threads. That's why I created a Python script to run a Twitter post about Cato Earn projects. So in this instance, I can create a Twitter thread generator, something very, very simple. So instead of you spending maybe an hour trying to put together a Twitter thread, you can do it very, very simply through the likes of using Chain Opera and its AI. If you're looking at research agents, travel planning agents, there's a lot of really, really cool things about this platform. And this is just different workflows. You have different servers that you can connect with. You have model APIs that you can pull from. Knowledge. There's a lot of really, really cool things behind this. There are some additional details that you kind of have to work towards, but let's just kind of explore the Twitter thread one very, very briefly. Not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but this is essentially, like I said, a drag and drop. I absolutely love something like this, right? So if you're looking at, you provide different inputs. It's using OpenAI. So you would need an OpenAI API key. So there's a lot of different things. And then essentially it displays a chat message and you can run it on the playground and then you can kind of see what it's going to come out to. So a lot of really, really cool things about this. Put it all together, it comes out and spits out a product, a good quality product for you. Now, this is kind of the whole brains behind how everything works here. So you can see the AI agent assets, how it works, how you can earn points, how you can get rewards for doing and participating in different aspects of its ecosystem. And a lot of this is if you wanted to go and create your own AI agent that is able to do stuff like this, you can be rewarded for doing so. Now, the last thing I really want to highlight is the tokenomics and then also talk about the GPU aspect. I'm going to have another video coming out on how to set up a GPU so you can earn from providing the resources and the compute for people who are creating agents and who need that or using the platform and using the agent terminal. So If you look at the total allocation and distribution, 58% is set aside for the community, which I think is very, very impressive. 9% of that is in airdrops. If you take a look at a broken down version of this, you can see there's only 1% of the first batch of airdrops has occurred alongside of the Binance Alpha airdrop. So that has already occurred, but there's 4.5% still set aside for future airdrops. Plenty of opportunity. So 50% of the airdrops are still not out there yet. Something to consider. A lot of community incentives, like I said, also infrastructure contributions from GPU, model, data providers, ongoing upgrades to AI terminal, agent social network, developer platforms. So there's a lot of great things, recognition of AI creators who launch and improve agents. There's plenty of ways for you to contribute within this ecosystem, whether you're from a developer standpoint, whether you are looking to just get involved and utilize the platform, or you're looking to provide your own resources for the compute aspect. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Like I said, I'll create a future video on how to set up a GPU and how to add one. It may be a little bit more complicated. I haven't gone through this yet. Hopefully it's not too difficult, but I'll have a future video on that. But let me know your thoughts on the likes of Chain Opera AI. Like I said, it's extremely volatile, so please, please, please be careful. I think there's still plenty of opportunity, maybe not in trading it quite yet, but at least getting involved in its ecosystem. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, smash up the like. You enjoy content like this, consider subscribing. Until next time, guys, stay invested.